Hello whistleblowers everywhere. Today's tutorial is going to be about rhythm inside the ornament. Now it's really vital that the rhythm within whatever ornament you're trying to achieve is steady and accurate. Sometimes what happens is when you're trying to learn a short roll or a long roll or a crown or whatever the ornament is, sometimes we get too caught up in finger movements and we let the rhythm within the ornament fall to one side, and it's really important that we don't do that. If your ornamentation is uneven, in other words, if the rhythm of the ornament is uneven, at a slow speed, when you speed it up, you're going to import that unevenness into whatever you're playing, and be that a slow speed or a fast speed, whatever speed you play, unless you've got rock solid timing for the rhythm within inside the ornament, you're going to have rather a messy style of ornamentation, should we say. It's not going to be clean, it's not going to be rhythmic. And if you listen to all the really good players, they have all mastered the rhythm within the ornamentation. And the rhythm of the ornament should not alter the duration of the note which you're ornamenting. It's got to fit in exactly with the ornament, with the rhythm within that note. So if we're playing a little passage, say we're doing G, A, G, like this. So that rhythm is 1, 2, 3. So when we add the ornament, say we're going to do long rolls, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Note, cut, tap, note, cut, tap, note, cut, tap. And the rhythm has to be even, like this. If it's not even, say it's like this. If it's like that, when you speed it up, you're going to bring that unevenness into your ornament. So slowly and carefully, 1, 2, 3, note, cut, tap. Yeah, and so when you speed it up, and same with the short roll. So if I'm doing a short roll from G to A, yeah, so here's cut, tap, cut, tap. So if I'm going to do G, A, B, so I'm going to play just the notes without the ornament, and when I add the ornament it doesn't affect the length of the note. Yeah, so with whatever ornament you're putting in, it can't elongate the length of the note. If it does, it's going to knock your timing out. So it's really important to get the rhythm of the ornament correct. Yeah, so note, cut, tap, 1, 2, 3, or cut, tap, cut, tap, cut, tap for the short roll. Okay, so if we take a look at this tune now, Rose in the Heather, which is a really lovely well-known jig, we're going to have a look at how we can ornament that and make sure that our ornamentation, the rhythm within the ornamentation, is even. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the A part first. I'm going to play it without the ornamentation, and then I'm going to add some ornamentation, and then you can hear that the rhythm of the flow of the tune is not affected by the ornamentation. Yeah, so we're not elongating the notes which we are ornamenting. We are putting in the ornaments in exact time. So we'll talk about the long roll first on the A part. So this is the rose in the heather A part. So I have my metronome set to 60, which is plenty fast enough for this. I'm going to play it first time through without any ornaments other than cuts to separate notes which are the same. Well, I'm not sure if there are. Well, there are right at the end of the first time bar and second time bar. So the first time I'll play it without the ornament, and the second time I'll play it with the long rolls and the cuts, so you can hear that it doesn't affect the timing of the notes which we're ornamenting. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. So as you can hear, the long dotted crotchet or dotted quarter note, F sharp and E in that first bar of the second line, the rhythm of that remains unaltered. All we're doing is breaking it down into its components. So the dotted quarter note or dotted crotchet is made up of 3 eighth notes or 3 quavers. So on that first bar on the second line, we're splitting it into 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and what ornament is going to reflect that rhythm division. So I'll play again with the ornament in the first A part. And again. And so with the long roll, as I've mentioned before, the cut and the tap should not be heard as a note. It's a rhythm. So we're interrupting that main note with a cut from the top and a tap from underneath. So we want to go note, cut, tap, note, cut, tap. And when we're doing, this is not what we, in fact, I'm going to show you what not to do. So you don't want to do this. We don't want to hear the note that we're tapping with or cutting with, yeah? So you need to have that kind of bounce, tapping with that finger. So it's a momentarily tapping or striking that note underneath. And you may want to practice that separately, just to practice the note, cut, tap, note, cut, tap. So let's have a look at the second half now. So we've got in the third bar on the third line, we've got a long roll on the G. And again, we want to make sure that's in time. So it's going to go. Note, cut, tap. So let's have a look at the B part now. So same as the A part, I'm going to play it through first time without that long roll, and then the second time I'm going to put the long roll in and listen very carefully to how I divide up that dotted crotchet, that dotted quarter note, into 3. Note, cut, tap, note, cut, tap. Okay, here we go. So let's have a closer look at that. So first 2 measures. Now you can do it either with 2 cuts to separate those A's. So you can go F, A, cut, cut, F, D. But what I like to do is F, A, cut, tap from underneath, F, D. So yep, so we're using the same rhythm as a long roll, yeah? Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. It's not in the right place to do a long roll because we're not we're cutting across the bar with that. So, but we're going to use the same mechanism. Then with the long roll G, and the same thing with the last bar on the 3rd line. We can either separate with cuts. Or we can use what we would do in a long roll, the same mechanism. Not in the right place, but we can use the same mechanism. So, the whole of that 3rd line. So, last line now. So set my click to 60, I'm going to play it through. 1, 2. So that's mostly we've been talking about the rhythm of the long roll. Let's have a look at the short roll now. So while the rhythm of the long roll takes up a dotted quarter note or dotted crotchet, the rhythm of the short roll is just a regular quarter note or a regular crotchet. So rather than sounding the note first, we cut immediately, then tap straight after underneath. But again, if we imagine we're dividing the quarter note into 2/8 notes, we're going to cut on the first one, tap on the second one. So if we're doing a short roll on G, A, B, yeah, it's really important to get that evenness in your playing. Yeah, eventually when you speed it up, you'll be able to sort of have a little bit of flexibility with your ornamentation. So even though it's in strict rhythm, you'll be able to add a slight, ever so slight, little bit of syncopation so it fits in with the feel. But for now, keep it really, really strict with your timing. So where we can put a short roll on the Rose and the Heather is the second bar on the last line. So we can go. So we're going cut, tap on the F. Okay, so let's try the second half now with the short roll on the F. So Again, set my click to 60. 1, 2. And again, with that short roll, make sure it's even. Da, da. Yeah, 1, 2. So that's the rhythm of the short roll. Again, make sure it's even, so the rhythm within the ornament is absolutely spot on. As I say, when we speed it up, we can make slight adjustments for the flow. But for now, make sure everything that you're doing is in strict time, including making sure the rhythm within the ornament is strict. You don't want to import any unevenness at this stage in your playing. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the full tune through. So the first time round, I'm going to play the A section without ornament. Then I'm going to play the A section again with the ornaments, the B section without, and then the B section with the ornaments. Yeah. So here we are at 60, and I'm going to play it through as I've said. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you want to extend on the long rolls and short rolls, we can do a double cut roll or a double tap roll. So the double cut roll on the F will be top finger, that finger, and then tap from underneath. So it goes. So the regular roll, double cut. Now the double cut is quite tricky, so make sure that you're happy doing the regular long roll, regular short roll before you attempt to do these. And again, when we're playing it at speed, we want that kind of rolling, so you're going to go. Now if we're doing a double tap on the F, rather than doing the cut from above, we're going tap, cut, tap. So the double cut, double tap, and we put it in at speed. It's up to you which one you want to try, which one you want to use. I tend to use a lot more double cut rolls than double tap rolls. It's just a personal preference. I prefer the sound to get kind of a bubbly. And same with the E. So E, cut, cut, tap. E, da, 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 da. So again, the rhythm within the ornament of the double cut and the double tap rolls has to be accurate. So So again, with the double cut single or short roll, sorry, we've got cut, cut, tap immediately. So you're not sounding the note. So if we're playing that a second bar on the last line, da da da, cut, cut, tap, cut, cut, tap. And again, we want to hear that da da da, da 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 rhythm, yeah? So if we start slowly, so we're getting a tripleted sort of sound. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah. So put it in the tune. So I'll do it with the regular short roll and then with the double cut. Now the double cut. So I'll alternate between short roll, double cut, short roll. So again, you're just extending that roll by adding an extra step. However, a lot of players don't use the double cut, double taps. They just use the regular short rolls and it's absolutely fine. Again, there's no has tos with ornament. The only has to is to make sure that the rhythm within the ornament is even and that you're not adding to the note value or indeed taking away from the note value. Yeah. So let's play it through the Rose in the Heather again with ornaments. So the first time around I'm going to use the regular long rolls and short rolls. Second time around I'm going to use the double cut rolls. Yeah, here we go. So 60, 2, so whether you're doing a regular long roll or a double cut long roll, a regular short roll or a double cut short roll, your rhythm within the ornament needs to be exact. If it isn't when you're playing it slowly, then when you speed it up, it's just going to sound really messy and untidy. So things to think about when you're practicing your long and short rolls. There are other ornaments, but we'll do something else on the more complex ornaments. Yeah, so if you're practicing your double cut rolls or your regular rolls, always practice them in time. Yeah, so a good little exercise just to go up the scale using long rolls. And then back down. Upper register. And then you can do it in octaves. Always make sure note, cut, tap, 1, 2, 3, that the ornament is exact. And so when you speed it up, yep, it's all there, it sounds rhythmic, and that's what we're doing. We're adding rhythm to the note. We're getting note separation by rhythm, and these are rhythmic ornaments, not melodic. You should not be able to hear the cut and the tap. We're not adding melody to the note, we're adding rhythm, which is really important when we're doing our rolls. And again, if we're doing the double cut, I don't do a double cut because you have to do that on the B, so I just do a regular roll. And same with the upper register. So with the E, you can't do a double cut using this finger. Doesn't sound. So if I'm going to do that, I'll either do a crown, which we'll go into later, or yeah, I'm not very good at doing the double cut on the E. It's not something I use. But the mechanism, you can go cut, cut, tap. Or which I prefer if I was going to do it. I tend to just cran. But we're not going to touch crans in this video. It's just about doing rolls. Okay, so there we have it. So to finish off with, I'm going to play the Rose in the Heather using rolls, and I'm going to play it slowly, and then I'm going to play it a bit quicker, and you can hear that nothing changes in terms of the ornament. Yep, all that we have is the exact rhythm but played a little bit quicker. So here we go. Now, a little bit quicker. So whatever ornament I'm putting in doesn't affect the overall note length, and that's a really, really important thing. Whenever you're ornamenting, you don't want to make, you want to make sure that absolutely the note rhythm remains unaltered. Yeah, you don't want to sort of try and shoehorn in the tap or the cut and then have to extend that note value, because it's simply going to knock your timing out. Yeah. So there you go. That's a little bit on ornamentation and the rhythm within the ornamentation. I suggest you practice it slowly, and if you need to use a click, use a metronome. Make sure that you got the note, cut, tap, note, cut, tap if you're doing the regular long roll, or the cut, tap if you're doing the short roll. I've got some of my previous videos. It explains how to do those short rolls and long rolls. So this is really not delving too deeply into the mechanisms, but it's talking much more about making sure that you keep the rhythm within the ornament absolutely rock steady. Yeah, as I said, in time you'll be able to sort of go with the flow of the tune, which is, you won't have to think about the rhythm because the rhythm will be inherent. But for now, you need to make sure that the rhythm within your ornament is exact. Okay, well, that's about it from me. If you found this tutorial helpful, if you could possibly subscribe to my Whistleblowers YouTube channel. If you know anyone who might find this useful, if you could share it out to them. And also, if you would possibly have any questions or any suggestions for future tutorials, I'd love to hear them. You can leave a comment in the comment section below. And there you go. That's what today's tutorial is about. It's about the rhythm within the ornament. So hopefully you can take this away with you and practice it, and make sure that you're not extending any notes or adding anything to the original rhythm of the unornamented note. So the ornament should never ever increase or decrease the note which you're ornamenting with. Okay folks, that's it from me. Take care everyone, and I'll see you shortly. Bye bye for now.